I thought I'll come out here, see if I can do a little weatherproofing, so to speak, on the camper. So I went and hooked up the heater out here. If I look out here, my laser says it's 58 degrees or so. Inside the camper, I have the heater on, and it says 61, and the heater is on low. And I got up here and laid on my sleeping pad, and I started feeling pretty hot. So I ended up taking the fan and blowing it that way so it would make me cooler. And I turned the heater all the way down to low. It's not a huge difference, but it sure feels warmer in here than out there. And I cut my reflectix to put up in the wedgie part there. I think it makes a big difference. It's pretty warm in here. And that's all just laid up there, not attached in any way. And remember, I have no insulation here at all. So then I was laying there and I realized there's a nice gap up above my door. So I need to put one of these little strips on it. And this one actually, somehow or another, I had laying around, and it was longer than I needed, so I just cut off the part that I had already drilled. And I'm going to put up there now. That should seal off the door pretty darn well. There we go. Got the top strip. Had to shorten this one a little bit for it to overlap. Finished all the screws here. Now I think I'm going to do a little bit more of the weather stripping down here for that gap that I saw when it was dark in here. So let's go do that. Get the weather stripping. Put 2 layers in there. Makes it nice and airtight. Well, filled the gap. And now, when I slam the door shut, it's actually popping the roof up a little and making these little support blocks fall out. It's just to keep the middle of the roof from sagging, but now if I close the door real hard, maybe I just should not slam the door shut. Huh? So, I was laying in bed last night wondering, what will I have to do if I want to take off the camper? It really is not a big deal. This entire box here is not attached. It's really just wedged in there. But that wire, how am I going to take the camper off? Is that wire connected? So I'm thinking I need to have some sort of connector right down here so I can unhook it. It's not a bad idea. So that's what I'm going to do right now. Back in a minute. Okay. So I just found my wire cutters and I cut the wire. And the light went out. No kidding. Sherlock. So, I'm going to have to do this with the flashlight. There it is. Just snip, snip, pull them apart. Camper comes off, electrical stays in the truck. Or at least I can take the camper off. I'm kind of wondering now if I can basically take off the top of the camper and see if maybe this panel here could sit down on top of the box with camper off, and it would kind of be like a utility box back here. That way I could take the camper off and not have to undo all the electric too. But I plugged it all back and then the light didn't work, so then I noticed the fuse was out, but a little red light, of course. So that's that. It's been 80 degrees the last 2 days, so I've had my fan running here pretty much all the time because it's hot in here. So then I went to plug in my fan the other day into this little outlet, and it didn't work. I looked down here, and even though there was no fuse there, there's no red light. And I don't know why that is. On there it says 13.3 volts. If I connect those two, it says 8.37 volts. But it makes the light come on. Like this. Makes the light come on. It says it's 8.37 volts. So I think I'm going to test ohms, like resistance. I test black to black. No resistance. Put it on the positive side. How's that? 0.1 ohm. 15.3. Don't ask me exactly what's going on here, but what I found is that until you actually have something that's trying to pull power, the little light on the panel there is not going to show, like when the fuse is out. I pull out this fuse, no light. Turn it on, the light comes on. I don't know if that solves the mystery, but now I can plug in the fan and keep charging it up. Don't know what that beeping noise is. Hope it's nothing bad. So that's the great voltage mystery.